Welcome to Under the Shade of the Oak Tree. This is my house on Airbnb. And today is a special day because I've been holding on to this house for almost 9 years and it's going on the market. We're gonna list it. I've got Vanessa Vasquez coming. She's my realtor for everything up here. I've been using her for over a decade. And we're gonna put a sign up and start advertising on the MLS because I'm asking for $132,500 for this house. Over the years, I've done a ton of remodeling. When I did the Airbnb about 9 months ago, I completely renovated the place, completely painted the inside, the outside, fixed all the flooring. It's got a new kitchen in it. I mean, relatively new. I think about 5 years old, new cabinets. But it is a mobile, so there's a few issues here with financing, right? $132,000, that's a mortgage of about $950 a month. And a house like this rents for about $900 a month. So it basically can pay for itself as an investment house. But, you know, at the end of the day, you can't get a loan on it. So you either got to buy it cash or refinance your house. If it was a newer mobile, you'd be able to get a loan. So it's a harder house to sell. But in the condition it's in, I mean, literally it's a working business Airbnb. This house grosses, I want to say around $1,100 to $1,200 a month on Airbnb, which is definitely more than it rents for. Granted, I have expenses I got to pay for. I have it taken care of fully by Clean Getaways. When I moved up here, I bought a laundromat business that had a second retail space attached to it. And I decided to rent it out to Clean Getaways because I'd seen Christine work on a family member's Airbnb, and she was awesome. I gotta turn the alarm off. All the lights are off, so you can't really see the inside of the house. But it is a cute little house. I mean, this is California. You don't get a lot for $300,000 in California. This is less than half of that. So here's your living room. Here's your kitchen. And just keep in mind, if you want to come stay in Melt's Airbnb, it's under the shade of the oak tree in Bodfish, California in Lake Isabella. It's 3 minutes away from Lake Isabella. I need to turn more lights on in here. The worst part of this house is probably the bathroom. Just a dinky little bathroom. But, you know, it's quaint. And it's got the mobile shower. Plastic walls had to be put in because the wood paneling just kind of rots out over the years. It's got a little sign here that says, "Watch your head," because it's small. That's where the two mobiles come together. Here's one of the bathrooms. Get in there. Oh, sorry, here's one of the bedrooms. And just a cute little room. All the windows in this house have been switched over to double pane windows. I remodeled the sunroom, kind of like I'm doing on the Erskine house. So this sunroom became the master bedroom, okay? So it's huge, all right? Double pane everywhere. Nice blinds, didn't skimp there. And then a second bed because it's an Airbnb. One of the cool things about this house is it has a jacuzzi. It also has a detached shed. It also has a detached garage, which is amazing. It's a 1.5 car garage door, carport. So it's like a fully functionized modern house, not just a house in the middle of nowhere. The problem with the jacuzzi is that it's not hooked up. The reason it's not hooked up is because electric vehicles are becoming a thing in California. So I took the number 6 wire, the 50 amp single phase from the jacuzzi, and I moved it to here. And this is the electric vehicle charging station. So if you have an electric car and you know that at 50 amps, that'll charge at about 65 miles per hour, which is a full charge in 3 to 4 hours on most cars, which is kind of irrelevant. I mean, if you have a 30 amp, you can charge your car overnight easily every time too. We're gonna meet with the realtor here in a few minutes, go over some details. All the paperwork's already been done, just a matter of hanging the sign. And if you are interested in buying this house, check in the description below. You can contact me, my email's there. And if you want to know a little more about Lake Isabella in a nutshell, this is a small mountain town. It's like, well, so is Arrowhead, so is, you know, Tahoe. Why are houses so cheap here? And the reason is this area doesn't have a real economy outside of just tourism. There is no steel mill or ceramics mill or major marketing or telemarketing firms. Everything is kind of small town vibe. So that's changed a lot. I think over the last 2 years, we've seen a 5 to 20% population increase because houses are so affordable. And it's really 40 minutes to Bakersfield from here. It's a scary canyon, but it's really not that bad. Just don't drive in the storm. But with all the remote workers, all of a sudden, this place is starting to boom a little bit. Now, if you've lived up here long enough, you know that every time the economy booms, everyone starts looking for cheap housing, and this area booms. But it seems like the declines are slower here and the rises in prices are slower here. So it's always like a little lagged behind. So if the economy's booming down south, it's starting to pick up here. If the economy's crashing down south, it's starting to slow down here. It's just less volatile. But I think with all the remote workers and people able to work from home, there's a huge call for living in small towns. And I love small towns. I lived in a metropolitan area my whole life. I never knew my neighbors. I never saw the same person twice at a Target. Up here, I know probably 1 out of every 3 people I meet. Now, granted, I have a laundromat, so I do run into a lot of people at the laundromat. I do business with a lot of different utility companies and hardware stores. So by nature of my business, I also meet a lot of people. But this is how we get high-speed internet. I use Lake Links. Check this out. We just shoot a satellite off to the mountain there. You can kind of see it way up in the distance. And that connects to another satellite down in Bakersfield that gives us high-speed internet. So I get like, I want to say 2510 on my internet, which is more than enough to do YouTube and live stream just 4K quality if I want to. Not that it matters. But yeah, this house is on a septic system, has a new leaching field. Everything's good on this house. It's a working business. And with Christine managing it, I mean, if you guys want to buy an Airbnb up here, a vacation house, just deck it out for Airbnb. Buy the house, call Christine up and say, I want to turn it into an Airbnb. She'll go to the house. She'll give you the entire list of what you need to do to turn it into an Airbnb. What kind of furniture to buy, what kind of appliances, what kind of baked goods or baking stuff, cooking stuff, towels, blankets, beds. She's the real deal. And I love working with her. She's a very, I don't want to say conservative, but she's smart with business. She doesn't overestimate anything. She kind of runs a tight ship. All of her employees are loyal to the core. She's not growing faster than she can. And she only works with people she wants to, so be nice to her. Using me as a reference won't work. It might actually work, I don't know. But we're about to meet up with the realtor here in a minute and get this house ready to go on the market. Perfect.
Ta-da!
I'll edit out the miss.
Okay.